The 2014 Dodge Caravan. This is my little do-it-yourself scrap bed build that I did. I'll show the mattress and everything. Let me go around it real quick. Underneath here is just storage, some clothes and stuff. I don't have everything in here, but I really, honestly, looking at it, I have plenty of room, and there's not a lot I really need. I got about 3 sets of clothes, miscellaneous stuff in the back, bungee cords, extra blankets, of course, boots. My refrigerator's right there. There's a water jug on the other side. I'll show it in a minute. But you can see right here, there's plenty of room right in front of the seat. If it's like, if I have my kid with me, we're going somewhere and we're not camping or something like that. Well, even if we are camping, the seat drops down or it stays up when I have my 11-year-old with me into the floorboard. There's the rear. Turn to the side is just like cups and different stuff in there. Probably some of that stuff I can even clear out of it. There's 3 rows because it goes down deep. So there's actually 3 of these. Pull up the blanket. There's still plenty of more room back in here where I can put stuff. Empty. Let's see here. You can see back there, there's still a lot of stuff I can stick back there. Close it back down. There's the Jackery right there. I wouldn't leave the Jackery sitting there. I have a little, like what you put a battery in, like a car battery that I put it in with like miscellaneous like cables and stuff. It'll fit easily anywhere in there. But the Jackery to go in there, it'd be plugged into my power inverter that's on the other side. This right here, my refrigerator, holds enough, well more than enough for me. Refrigerator, it will be plugged into the Jackery, which will be powered into my inverter that's built into the van. So while I'm driving, it's just running off of the van itself, and the Jackery is fully charged, and it'll power it for a day if I'm not moving or anything. But I also have a solar panel, a homemade one. I mean, it's one I bought, but it's one I had around, and I just connected the 2 cables, and it works great with that one. It's a 90 watter, so I don't have to worry about power for anything I power in here, including my laptop. You can see what it looks like, water, all that stuff. Back here, I have an extra battery. This one can, if my battery is dead, it will jump my battery, or you can use it for USBs and everything like that. I have extra water right here, of course, with a spigot. I also have in here, I don't want to take it out, but in here's one, the automated one that can drop down on top of my blue one and make, and it's powered USB, it's powered rechargeable, and it makes constant flow of water if I need it that way. Of course, cups and everything. The thing though, washer fluid, I wouldn't take that big jug like that. I'd probably just pour me like a little bottle or something of it just to have it as backup. Not the big one, reduce some space. All right, let's show what's underneath here. So these are just blankets, my sleeping bag. The blanket's more there just in case I needed it. I haven't got a twin sheet yet for it, but this right here, actually, my trash can folds up. It can fold up into 3 parts, so it's about this size, like this. And it'll fold all the way up. It even has a little bag that goes in it. It's very firm, which is cool by me that it is firm, and it works good. I don't have my seat up, but it'll go like that. I have a little light right here that can hang anywhere. I have more lights than this. I have actually a cooler one than this, but this is a rechargeable light right there. Hook it up anywhere. It works pretty well. So as you can see, the light hangs right here. I have another rechargeable one. I can't think of the name of it right there. It's a good one. And this is rechargeable too with the little USB in it. But that's basically it. You just take it. You can pull this all the way up if you want to. Folds up into 3 parts. I just have this over it until a twin sheet. I'm trying to wait. Maybe I'll just pick one up at the thrift store, you know. Just a twin sheet to put over that, but it's very firm. I can't sit all the way up in it. I'm 6 foot, which is no big deal. That's why I have the seat back here. And that's basically it. That's how I did it. So you got to see the inside of it. As you can see, I can sit back here plenty room. I can put my laptop here on the bed if I want to. I can even bring out a folding table if I really needed it. I don't perceive I'd really need it because this bed is actually really firm. I think it's going to last me a while. Excuse me, this mattress. If I was going to live in this, say full time, I would build out the bed platform a little bit more. Just add a little bit more to it, but it's plenty sturdy for me. But like I said, if I was sleeping on it, you know, 365 days a year, excuse me, of course, I would build it just a little bit more. It don't need too much. I think it's very sturdy. I like the little mattress just because it doesn't take up any room really. And if I needed to fold it up for some reason, I could. So say like I needed to take a just a bird bath or something. I was out and I planned to stay out for a long time or something, and I wanted to take a bird bath in here because it was cold or whatever. Usually I wouldn't. I usually would suffer through the cold and do it outside if it was possible. I could fold this up and push it back here because it would fit almost behind here, but it would fold way back here, and then I could do a bird bath and not get my mattress or my covers or anything wet. As far as room for one person, I think it has plenty of room if that's what you're wanting to do, or you're just wanting to go on extended trips, or you're wanting to go see the cities, or see different parts of the country, you know, whatever, and you're trying to not be in a hotel every day and spending a bunch of money, then this works great. My son, I have a hammock, and the hammock would hang from, there's other videos you can see where people put it up, and basically the same thing, a hammock that would be extended from the grab bar in the front on the passenger side, tied onto that, and just tied straight across. And it actually goes up under here, and we already tested it, and it works great. And he just hang right over her and a little bit over me, which is not a big deal. It's better than us all squish. What we used to do is have a queen size mattress, and we would squish it in here, and that's what we would take with us camping. It takes up a ton of room. It was hard to pack stuff too with it in here. And my son's 11 years old and actually tall for his age, and I think he's going to be pretty tall actually. And so it makes it easier, and he'll swing across. So for as long as I have this Dodge Caravan, just want to make it comfortable for all of us. And we tested everything out. Like I said, I got the refrigerator, I got everything, and I also have one of those carriers that goes, a tow hitch carrier, where I put a huge thing with everything we need when we're all going in there. Honestly, if I carry that when I'm solo camping, or I'm solo city adventuring or whatever, or just going on a little trip by myself, that I have a huge container that holds it. You can get them at any Walmart or whatever. I put it on the back, and honestly, I could clear out this inside underneath this bed if I really wanted to and put it on there. We've used it on 2 trips over 3,000 miles. So if you need something like that, you can use it. I have a lock on it and all that stuff. Now, if I'm solo adventuring, like going to the city, sometimes they go on vacation where I don't really feel like going, like Florida. She likes to go to Florida with her girlfriend and take her son. And if she goes there, usually I will not go. I'll hop in the van or whatever I have at the time, and I'll head off somewhere. I'll take off to Oregon or Washington or something like that. And I just realized with this is so perfect, because the next time I go on an adventure, I want to at least do 5-2. 5 nights staying in the van, 2 nights in the motel or hotel. When I'm by myself, honestly, I don't stay in the most fancy hotels. I stay in Motel 6s. Actually, Days Inn has actually been a lot nicer than Motel 6s because you can have animals, so I'll take my dog with me. But I found out in the the Days Inn, it's a lot nicer, as long as you don't get like downtown and all that stuff in cities you're visiting most of the time, unless it's a small town. And then I don't know. Now I have window covers, as you saw in the other videos. I don't have them all up, but I have some of them up, and the window covers work excellent. The only thing I got to hang is a curtain in the front across the seats. I got an idea. I'm pretty sure how I'm going to do it. I already have the blackout curtain. And so when I'm solo traveling, I would like to have that up, because it'd usually just be me and the dog when she's out of town. And my dog won't stay back here. My dog hops in the front seat. He's 110, 120 pounds, something like that. So he'll hop in the front passenger seat. And what I do is I take something with me, probably a cooler. I may not have nothing in it, but I'll put my food item in it is what I'll do, ones that are like dry foods and stuff, and just miscellaneous things. But I put it in there, and I put it in front of the front passenger seat, so he has a platform to lay on. And I'll put, like, you know, a dog blanket or one of my old blankets or something for him, because he likes to sit up there so he doesn't fly into the window, but he won't stay back here when we're driving. So I'm pretty satisfied with my build. Actually, I'm really satisfied. It cost me it cost me under 20 bucks to build this, just using scrap that I bought from the little 70% off at Home Depot, and I still have a bunch of it left, to be honest with you. Building it from that and some old hinges and stuff I had sitting around, brackets, excuse me. So using that, I really didn't spend any money for it. I spent, I'll leave a link for this folding mattress, $36 on this. So, and it's 4 inches deep. It's a 4-inch thick, excuse me, firm. I think it was 36. I'll leave a link. It was not that much. And of course my blankets and everything I already had on hand, my sleeping bag. So what I plan to do is take it out and do a test on sleeping on it, like a real test of sleeping on it, try and find a cold night, take off somewhere, and just for a night, because right now I work in healthcare, and this is the time of the year, especially with COVID and everything going on, that I'm working a lot. We got COVID all through my hospital right now, so we got people out sick and everything like that. So, and it's the holidays, need to make that money, and I got plans for next year, so it's grind time. You know, a lot of you guys understand that. So I can't just run off, and a lot of times I work night shift too. Just the way it is right now, it's more money, and nobody wants to work night shift besides me and a few others. And a lot of people don't want to work right now when we got so many people in the hospital right now out sick with COVID. The thing about my Dodge Caravan, I think it's pretty dependable. It has close to 100,000 miles on it. This is my traveling vehicle. I use it a lot of times in the winter. I have a newer Mercedes, and it's all-wheel drive, and it does great in the snow, but I don't want to wash it all the time, and I just feel, if I hit a pole or something, I think I'd rather it be in this than my Mercedes, to be honest with you. But it works really well. Plenty of horsepower. I think they're 275 horsepower stock, somewhere around there, which is plenty for this dependable V6. If repairs had to be done on this, you had to get something for it. These are a dime a dozen. There's millions of these on the road. They're rental delights. I bought this after we went to Oregon, and we rented it because I hate minivans. And I told myself I'd never get one, and we rented one because it was cheaper to rent a Dodge Caravan from Hertz or wherever it was than it was actually to get a compact car. So it's a no-brainer. You get the minivan instead, the Dodge Caravan, especially if it's 3 of you and you're visiting and plan to travel all over. I was really impressed with it. It got 25 or so miles to the gallon. Great horsepower, getting up mountains and, you know, getting up hills and everything like that. No issues with it. It had so much room in it. I didn't get a fully loaded one. It was the 30th anniversary, but it was plenty for me. I didn't need the fancy doors that open up by themselves, because this ain't my main vehicle. This is our road trip vehicle. Air conditioning is great. I did the oil change on it. Someone put the drain plug on with an impact wrench, so I couldn't get it off, stripped it all to heck. And then finally I bought one of those pump stations, and I wish I had known about them before. Oil pump stations, transmission pump stations, and I just pumped all the oil out of it and put synthetic in it. And once I put that synthetic in it, as it approaches 100,000 miles, it ran so much better. Even it doesn't ride like junk, but you could feel it was rough. It was a little bit more rougher compared to, say, like, and this is compared to my Mercedes and stuff like that. Not like a hunk of junk, but once I put the synthetic in it, it smoothed it totally out. The hardest thing to change on these are the spark plugs, and there's plenty of videos on it, because you have to take all the stuff off to get to them. But I want to say the spark plugs to them are 100,000 mile spark plugs. I changed the front brakes and rotors because I think they were a little warped, started getting that vibration stopping going when you're doing the hills and the mountains and all that stuff. So switched them out, super easy to do. Just be careful when you get the brake pads and the rotors. It'll say double piston or single piston. Double piston are the ones that are the heavy duty brakes. Guess what? I had double piston, and I ordered single pistons. So lesson learned, but once I had the right parts, it was a breeze putting on the front rotors. Next, I'll do the rear ones, which weren't a problem, but why not? They're so easy to do. All in all, the Dodge Caravan, if you're looking for a platform for a bang for buck, that gets okay gas mileage, actually decent gas mileage for the type of room you're getting, has decent horsepower.
Not going to get yourself killed getting on the highway. It will get up to highway speed pretty quick. I would recommend one of these. And besides that, the parts, the labor, the repair cost on these is super cheap because this is not a Land Rover. This is a simple vehicle that's rental companies have been using for decades, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. Tires I have it on our Michelin Defenders. Pretty good tires, no issues, does great in the snow, not been stuck. Of course, I'm not taking it any crazy places either, not with, you know, my Michelin Defenders. Maybe all-terrains I might do a little bit better, maybe a little bit of a larger size to give it a little bit more lift to it. But beyond that, it's been a good vehicle. I'm likely going to trade it in the coming year for a Ford Transit or Mercedes Sprinter. I've said it in other videos, not because I don't like it, but because I have an 11-year-old and a spouse, and you can do this with a family, but my 11-year-old, he's pretty tall, and I'm not small either. And then my spouse is like 5'7", so at that point I want to try and build one of those out. But all in all, if it was just me, or you're looking at something to use for just, you know, whatever, if you had to live in it, or you're looking at seasonal work, or you're looking at saving some money, or you just want to travel and do a lot of stealth camping and save money in our hotels and all this will pay for itself. Think about it. If I'm doing a 5 and 2 where I spend 5 days in this, and in between those days maybe I split it up to where I spend 1 day in a hotel, 2 days not in a hotel, 1 day in there, just right there I've what, $400 or $500 probably. So anyway, I hope this helps somebody. Like you can see, I got plenty of room. I could sit in here. Imagine I was sitting by the beach right now. It would work. Have a good day, everyone.